Welcome back to Backyard Cars, and today we're going to check out the Motley Carlo and see what is it going to take to get it ready for sick week. Probably a lot. So, for those of you who don't know, this is the Motley Carlo. Our junkyard saved 1972 Monte Carlo that we probably should have left in the junkyard, but we didn't. We're driving it, and somehow they let us into sick week. So now we got to drive it 1,000 miles and passes at a racetrack, and well, she's not fast. Well, it beats walking. If we're comparing it to walking, much faster than walking. But let's dig in here. Let me walk you around it and we'll get you up to date and familiar with it, and then we'll figure out what we're going to do, because it's heavy and it's not going to be fast. But we're going to try. Yeah. Alright, well, if you remember when we got it, you know, none of this stuff up here was here, and we kind of scabbed it together and drove it around, and you know, missing parts, and it was rusty and primer and all those good things, and so we dubbed it the Motley Carlo because of that. But actually it's been a pretty good car. She's awfully rusty, and that's why we put the speed patches on it, just kind of cover up where the hack, rust, and problems were, you know, there, and one up here. You know, just something to kind of take your eyes off the fact that, you know, the A-pillars are shot and the interior is, well, there's not, you know, much of it. And we got a Camaro bucket, you know, that adds 5 milliseconds, right? Probably not. And, you know, the back, she's got issues, guys, that's all I'm saying, you know. But we've had a lot of fun with it, and we've probably put well over 5,000 miles on the car. There's no doubt about that. So it is what it is. It's a cool driver. You know, let's try and get up in there. It's a cool driver that we have a blast with. I might need 2 hands for this. Alright, you guys are gonna have to look at the bumper while where's the thing at down here? Okay, we're going upside down. I gotta get it up, is what I'm saying. Going up. Alright. That's hard to do with one hand. Okay, so, I forget what I was saying, but that's the power plant. And it was in the car when I got it. Just so we're on the same page, the block was there. It had a stock intake and no exhaust, and you know, no accessories, so that's what I'm saying. But that's easily 1,150 horse, you know, minus probably 1,000, give or take 1,000, you know. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying, you know, 150 horse and 4,200 pounds does not make for a fast, exciting machine. So we're gonna have to do something with this, right? Maybe. We're gonna try. I mean, I'm building a motor, but the money it would cost to get it finished to put in here means that I'd have to sleep in the car during sick week. So I don't know if I want to do that. But, you know, we do want to go fast. So it's give or take. You know, what do you want to do? So we got some decent tires on it, but I'll have to get some slicks, racing radial slicks, drag radials, you know. Everything looks pretty good though. I mean, I have been fighting this fitting up here. It's not leaking right now, but it has seeped on me a couple times. It's the only fitting that's, you know, giving me problems, and I don't know why, you know. It couldn't be the fittings or the wrong line, but you know, hey. So yeah, we'll give a little plug here. The Alloy Works radiator. I did have to change the fans out because the Alloy Works fans were, you know, not very good. But the radiator's been great. So it is what it is. I mean, that's what we're talking about. So I guess we got to make a list, right? We got to get the shifter's got to be changed out, because when you go to the racetrack, you got to pass tech, and tech wants you to have a shifter that doesn't allow you to go, you know, from neutral all the way through the gears. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't pass tech, and it's broken, and there's no fixing it. And they welded it. The guys, them jokers welded it in. I already took a look. Why would you do that? 3 holes. Drill 3 holes, put some bolts in it. I know, you had a welder. You was saving a buck. And I'm going to have to do something with the seat. Of course. Probably not today. And I don't need a roll cage, because it's a full-body car that is not going to break into the 13th. It's not going to happen. 13,999 is not in its future. So I don't need any type of cage, but I will need a drive shaft loop. Let's see, let's look down underneath it. Oh. We got exhaust pipes, layers, everything's, well, it's all looking good down here. I'm gonna have to put in a drive shaft loop though, because, you know, the safety people say I have to. It actually don't look bad. The frame is in excellent shape. The body, on the other hand, well, she's I don't believe, I don't know, somebody would save it if it was worth it, I guess, but okay, we're getting back up. We're getting back up. All right, well, let me grab a pen and piece of paper, and let's write something down. Let's make a plan. Alright, I've got no paper to write a list on, so I got this little part, it's a Wix filter top. We're going to write on that, because, well, we got, what did I say that we needed? Drive shaft loop. We need a drive shaft loop. Sure do. What else? What else do, oh, seat and seat belt. Right? Like a harness of some sort. Yes, right? Seat and a belt. We probably need to get one of them bars to mount a harness belt too. That way it looks like we're going to go fast, even though we're not. What else? Oh, shifter. I might have a surprise on that. Well, let's not get our hopes up. Shifter. What else do we need? Oh, because the battery is in the trunk, it doesn't matter how fast you're going. You could be doing 2 miles an hour all the way down the track. If your battery's in the trunk, you have to have a switch on the outside of the car to turn it on and off. I guess because you can't get in the trunk, you know, without the key. Well, you need a screwdriver to get in mine. So we need a on-off switch. Rear, on, off, switch. Yep, gonna need one of those. What else? Did you see something that I didn't see? Everything under the hood will pass. Shifter, drive shaft loop. I mean, that's just saying we're going slow. This is just the basics. I don't think I need, because it's a full body car and it's all steel body, I think the rules say that I don't need a cage until I'm into the 11s. And there's no way. I mean, I don't have the budget to get into the 10s with this, unless a sponsor comes through. So, if we get a big enough motor, I guess we'll have to reiterate on the cage, right? Maybe, I don't know. I mean, if somebody just wants to send a cage, that'd be great. I think Summit has cages for this for $400. I don't know. Anyhow, back to the stuff we gotta get. Loop, seat figured out, shifter, rear on-off switch, and that gets us past tech at the speed she's going right now. Oh no, we need drag radials. You can't run sick week on the track unless you got drag radials. Maybe I could get a pass because it's 150 horse. I mean, what could I hurt? But we'll just play by the rules. We need, what did I say, drag radials? Oh, I think they're pretty expensive too. That's like 600 bucks. Great. We might have to forego some safety features. And, well, that gets us racing. So now, what about comfort, you say? Well, we all know that the drag racing is only half a sick week. You got to drive down the highway in the elements. And right now, this car has absolutely no windshield wipers. And it leaks around the trim when it rains. And there's no seals here. And if you roll the windows up, well, the exhaust is going to kill you. Because there's holes in the floor. And it dumps right back here. So that's perfect. So I guess we need to address the windshield wipers. I think I have another motor. But we might have to look into just buying a new motor. Windshield wipers, we need those. And then we need to be able to charge devices in here. And I've got a cigarette lighter, but there's no wires into the back of it. So why do that? We just mount an entire power thing here somewhere. Right? Down on the console thing. Sounds smart, right? I'm running out of space. This list is longer than I thought it was going to be. I'm going to need to rewrite on it though, so let's go ahead and mark out a little area here where we're into something new there. And here, these are extra things. See my list? I got a list. I'm not even lying to you. I'm trying to organize this. I mean, we got a lot to do, really. Okay. USB charges, cigarette lighters, accessory power. 12 volt power. That's what we need. 12 V power ACC plugs. Because we're gonna need to use charging stuff. Yeah. And then, well, sick week is in end of January, beginning of February. So it's gonna be, the weather's gonna be nice. It's gonna be chilly. And that circles us back to the fact that the windows, if they're up, you're gonna die. And if they're down, you're gonna freeze. And there's no heat in the car whatsoever. We deleted on that. We're in Florida, and I thought, when am I ever gonna need heat in Florida? Well, when you decide to enter sick week and go to South Georgia twice in February. It's not a smart idea, actually. We're gonna freeze. Do they make little heaters? We circle back to the 12 volt heater. That's gonna be useless with the windows open. So do we just say pack warm? Blankets? Bring blankets? Okay. I like that idea. Bring blankets. And then heat, in parentheses. Okay. With as hot as it's been this summer, I don't think I'll mind being a little cold. I mean, I think 2.5 hours is the longest trip, so that's 2.5 hours of freezing. We'll be good. Maybe I should rig up a heater core right? Just buy a heater core and run 2 hoses into the car, right? And then put fans on it so it just blows that hot heater core air inside the car. Probably won't make a difference. Alright, we made a list. We made a list. Let me see if I got a surprise for you. So I told you we might have had a surprise. We do. A good buddy of ours, well, he donated this shifter to the Motley Carlo. Rich, of DJ Rockin' Rich, he said, here you go, buddy. Let's get started. And I thought, well, that's pretty cool. And I don't know which one it is. I mean, it could be the Star Shifter. It could be the Quicksilvers. Or the Sports Shifter. But either way, it's gonna keep us from going all the way into the gears and all that. And then I think it's got a neutral safety switch thing. I got to get all that stuff hooked up because they frown upon it not being all the safety stuff, you know. So I guess let's dig into this real quick. And oh man, I'm gonna have to cut the old shifter out. I hate throwing sparks inside the car. Well, at least there's no carpet. But there are some old seats that could just spontaneously combust. But yeah, appreciate it, Rich. And I guess maybe we'll have to put his name on here now. Our first official Sick Week donation. Go check him out, by the way, DJ Rockin' Rich on the Facebooks and rollbackradio.com. He's a DJ, and he's pretty darn good. He does car shows around here too. If you need a guy who does car shows, you know, hit him up. He's pretty good. Hit me up. I'll hit him up. Yeah. You can email us at backyardcars@yahoo. Cars with a Z. All right. Let's get this done. I'm plugging. I don't even do this stuff. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I got a shifter to put in, so let's get that done. Alright guys, you're going to have to bear with me. I know the view ain't the greatest, but it's hot in the sun, and I want to get this out, and then I'm going to take a break, because I want the heat to go away. Oh, look at that. Which one is it? It's a sport shifter. That's the cable, just so we know. Oh, fancy rubber boots. That's nice. What is this? Okay, warranty. Fresh. Oh, stickers. Gotta love. Matter of fact, let me get the stickers out now. I mean, it's going in, right? It's going in, so we're gonna put B&M stickers on her, right on the patch down here or back there somewhere, right? Let's do those before we actually put the shifter in. That way we look cool before we're actually cool. Right? I mean, we all know the shifter adds another 10 horse, so we're just the shifter. We're at 160 already. We're getting faster, and we ain't done nothing. Congratulations to me. Oh, yeah. Okay. So that's the shifter in the package. Let's try and hold it here and see. Okay, so I think that's park. And we got, boom, reverse, neutral, drive, first. Then this goes all the way back to neutral, and to reverse, and then, hey, work with me here. Can't do it. Okay, now we're in park. That looked a lot harder than it is. Alright. Out of the box. You want to see it? Okay. I'm sorry. I was just like, hey, I can't even see what you're doing. Look, there you go. I'm sorry. This is what I was messing with over here. When you hold this here, you got to pull up, and that gets us past our thing. So you pull up. I don't know. That's park, I know that. Maybe that's reverse. That's neutral. That's drive. Second? First? No. First? Way past it. Is this for a 3-speed? It says on the side. Oh, it tells you right here that it was a 3 and 4-speed shifter. Okay, so we gotta set it so it only limits you to first. So it only limits 3 shifts. I gotcha. I gotcha. See, and then this is all of our safety things over here. Okay. That's a gear jammer. I'm gonna have to read directions for the first time in a long time. Oh, what else have we got in here? Oh, that's our trans shifter stuff. Depending on the shifter you got. Okay. I think we gotta use that one there. I think I know that pretty much. And then we got a package of hardware. I don't really know what. I mean, there's nuts and bolts, but okay. All right. Let's get these stickers on first, right? Boom, B&M. Before it's even on the car. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do, right? All right, now I'm taking a break, and then we'll come out here and we'll figure out how to make this fit inside here in that. Get rid of this rickety. We'll probably save on it because I don't like to throw things away. But we'll get rid of this in this car. I mean, I might stick it in something else. Probably not. Yeah. I feel like that's going to take on some welding, you know? Right? Probably going to be some cutting and welding in there. This is straight. And that floor is not. So, alright. Hopefully they just booger welded it in here. And I can just bam these welds a couple times and, you know, bust them loose. But it doesn't appear that way. It looks like, yep, looks like they welded that one pretty good there. Great. Yep. Doesn't look like that's gonna just snap off of there. Oh man. Why would they do such a thing? I gotta get out the cutting wheel. And we're gonna have to do some cutting wheel stuff. I mean, they welded it in like it was structural. It's crazy. I don't understand. Let's see, let's get this up in here. Oh yeah. Solid beads. Great. cannot believe that they welded this thing in here like this. That's crazy. I thought we were about to drive away. Come on. Uh-oh. Okay. So just get that out of there altogether, huh? Oh, there we go. That was easy. Just like it was supposed to go. Okay, what do I gotta do now? I gotta make brackets. It's gonna sit up like this. By the time I get the brackets done, I need to go cut and weld these little C-channels. And I think that's gonna be the end of today. Alright, so I made my little brackets here to raise my shifter up, and yeah, I booger welded it to the floor like the old one was, because, well, let me explain something to you. You see, the people who had this before me, it needed a floor pan. And instead of cutting out the old floor pan, they just laid one down on top of it and welded it in. So right here I have dual floors that are about a ½ inch higher. You know, it's for insulation. Keeps the heat from making it into the car. I don't know. But I got the bracket in there, and like I said, I booger welded it. So now let's take this super cool shifter. I guess. Too bad it's not a Motion Raceworks operator shifter. But I'm broke, so this is what it looks like. There we go. Shifter's in here. See our little bolts that we welded on there to set her down and bolt her in. I mean, in case we ever want to take this shifter and put it in something else, at least we can bolt the shifter in and out, and the brackets are stuck here. And now, I drilled a hole back here off the template, if you can see that, but I raised this up so high that that's way too close to make it up here. That's way too sharp of a bend. So I had to drill a hole back here, and that's perfectly fine. I'll just put a piece of tape over that. You'll never know it. Well, the cover goes over it, but I'll put a piece of tape so we don't get any fumes out of there. And we got to figure out our shifter now. This goes to the tranny, so the other side is our shifter side. Oh, and this has got to go here. Now I got to get that out of the way, but I think I can go around it like this. There we go. So that's going to go in there. It's kind of hard to... The cable is not working with me like I want it to, but that's got to go like that. Can you see that? I know, my camera skills are horrible. That's how that goes. And then the other end, we're going to have to run down through that hole there and around to the shifter. And then I got these brackets down here. I'll have to go under the car and get these brackets put on there so that we can, you know, bolt it all together. Perfect. So, I guess right now, let me go ahead and let me get this back out of here. I don't know. There we go. I could probably bolt this down and then cut those nubs off so that piece goes in and out a little easier, but I don't really care. So I guess let me get set up and do the bolts here, and I'll set you directly up so you can look right down on us. What do you think about that? Alright, well that's where you're going to be, so let's do it. Alright, well I got all my hardware set up down there, and we'll dropping some nuts on here. I'm not going to use theirs because I have 4 up here for the 4 bolts that I use to put this in here. So we'll have their hardware left over. I've never really assembled one of these shifters. Not the sport shifter, so, but I imagine it's just like every other one. It's super simple. Matter of finding what bolts that they want you to use and all that good stuff. Getting her done. There's a bunch of hardware down here that I don't think I'll be using, but I don't know. I don't know. Some of that I will, some of it I won't. It's gonna be pretty jazzy, huh? There's a big cover too that'll go over it. Oh, I got wind blowing all my stuff out. My directions just went flying out the door. This cover here is going to go over. See? It's going to look pretty jazzy when it's all done, you know? Yeah, good story. It's still going to look horrible because, well, that's where we're at, but I'll try to get the shifter cable out of here. Hiya. So we don't see that no more. I'm going to have to do something with this gigantic hole here, probably. I mean, I'm not welding any more metal, so I'm probably just going to throw some tape over this to, you know, keep it from leaking on me. Fumes in my face and all that stuff. I don't know. Alright, well that's bolted down. Alright. I guess now I gotta go under the car? Or do I need to feed this? Let's feed the cable up. How am I going to do this? This has to go through that, and that's not going to happen, so I guess I need to take all this apart so I can slide the shifter cable down through my hole. This is... Alright guys, let's try and remember how this goes. Bolt, that weird plug, that plug, then 2 of these things here. Uh-oh, that's, okay, those are lock washers. Crimp around the thing. Adjustments. Alright, now this end should just go right down the slot to the ground. Okay. Now let's get this jammed up in here. See, it's still awfully tight. Sure. Oh man. Well, hopefully that. Let's just hope it moves a little better than before. What do we got going on? I think this bolt here goes through to hold everything together. Like so. Probably one little lock nut washer on that. I don't really know. I'm just putting it together. However it works, you know. Is that wrong? I need you. Okay. I don't have anything. Can I jam this in here and hold it? No? That's good enough, right? I think that's how that's supposed to be. Now we go back down underneath for a little bit to get all the stuff on the floor correct, under the floor. All right, let's go under the car. So now we're under here trying to get all this done. Where's my sock? I don't know if you can see up here, but this is our factory. Well, I don't even know if it's factory. Yeah, I think somebody jerry-rigged it, but this is our GM shifter here. We're gonna get her up out of there. It's kind of weird how tight that is. I wonder if they cross-threaded that in there. Used the wrong bolt and ratcheted it down to get this shifter to hang in there. Oh man, that joker's long. Okay. Need to get up here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a bolt right up here. That holds my bracket on. And you know we're about to shift the tranny now, huh? Yep. Good thing I got it blocked. Oh, alright, that came off pretty easy. Alright. So now I gotta grab that bracket that goes up here. I think it goes in those two there. Might actually go up here. We'll have to see. I gotta get the bracket and the spacers. A little spacer goes in on each one of those to keep the thing down. I forgot which way that went. I'm gonna have to look at the book. This is the bracket for the shifter on the trans side. I think it goes like that. I'm almost positive. Right? I wonder if I needed a washer for that. Probably not. I don't think there was a washer on the old one, so. Alright, that's... Whoa! Yep, that scared me. The whole car shifted, fellas. It scared me, is all I'm saying. I mean, it's on a jack stand and the jack's holding it, but I had to bail out. She moved. Alright, let's call that a win. And this goes here. That's where that one goes. Man, when they do put Loctite on this? I'm gonna have to get 2 of those bolts from up top. And then washers. Right? Right? Right. Alright, let's look. I'm saying. Okay, why aren't you? It's fighting me. I'm hoping that these are all correct, right? Alright, there's... We're getting it. Uh-oh. Where's my other spacer? Okay. Yahtzee. How do we get that in there? I think I need to pressure wash the old transmissiones. Okay. That's it. That pan's gonna leak now, huh? Now I gotta figure out what's going on here. Route this cable. That's way too long. I don't know what is going on here. But it's entirely too long. I mean, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to hide it? Alright, let me route this cable up and try to get it up out of the way. Guess I'm going to need to come up over top of the cross member. Then down in through here, like so. Have to find some way to secure this up to the floor. Alright, we got it all dialed in and set where it's going to be, and we're cranking in, tightening down our bolts back here now to make sure that we got our shifter tight. Okay, this is all this stuff should be. Oh, I'm gonna have to put a little wrench on this, I think. Just give it one little tighten. It's the wrong size. Okay, what size was it? 5/16. Let's go up one. Put a little tighten down on this bolt right here to kind of keep the shifter thing from backing out. All right. It's pretty jazzy. I don't know. I mean, if I'm wrong, just say, hey, you're wrong. But the shifter shifts. And that's half of the battle. I guess I gotta fire it up. Make sure we got it all where it's gotta be, right? I don't know, seems pretty good. I guess I'm gonna have to pick up my mess real quick. All this junk down here I got. Kind of clean up a little bit and see where we're at. I think I need to fire it up and kind of go through the shift to make sure that everything is lined up where it needs to be, right? Before I do some adjusting down here. I don't know. That's where we're at though, so let me get this junk cleaned up. Well, there we have it, all together, ready to rock and roll. It seems like it's shifting. Our thing isn't lined up, and this was a total pain in the bum to get in here. This little thing that drives this, that little cable, getting everything together and onto here is ridiculous. I mean, you would think that they could do something a little bit better, but it's pretty chintzy if you ask me. But it looks better than the old shifter did, right? And we got some lockouts and all that good stuff, so hopefully we'll pass. Hopefully we'll pass tech. I don't know. I know I got to get under there to the transmission and do a little bit of adjusting, because I have some play right here in park, and I think I need to adjust it to where I don't have that play in park. Right there. I need to adjust it so I lock right there. I guess that's not exactly right. I want to get it to shift correctly down there, and then I'll take these 4 screws back off and lift this up and try to adjust this a little bit. But it's pretty chintzy. It may never actually work correctly, you know? But at least the shifter's covered and all that good stuff. So I guess let me get under there and do some adjusting, and then we'll take it for a ride and bang some gears. Do a little cruising. It's a beautiful day out. Skies are bright and blue. It's cool. 78 degrees. We're getting there. Fast for the roadways, allegedly. I don't know. Seems like it's shifting good. I think I got it. I'm not going to complain. It's a little tall, but I kind of wanted it up like that, so it's a comfortable position. I dig it. Get the slow people out of the way, that would be great. think? Do you think we're gonna complete sick week? Are we gonna do all them miles, no problems? Or are we gonna be getting towed back from North Florida? I don't know. I guess let's get back to the house and sit down and have a little chat about it. Well, all right. It is what it is. I'd like to got some construction going on across the street. They were quiet until I started recording. Anyhow, that's it. You see all we're working with. And we're probably not going to be very competitive unless we can get a big block in there. I'm working magic, try to figure it out, but you know, if we can compete in the dial your own and complete the 1,000 miles, well, it'll be 1,500 for us because we got to drive to Georgia and back twice. That's another $250 each trip, so it ought to be fun. 1,500 miles and 5 tracks and passes and in the junkyard saved Motley Carlo with no heat in wintertime. Great idea. All right, well, I'm going to try once every 3 weeks to update on the progress until we get to that point where we're heading to sick week. Fingers crossed we can get everything knocked off the checklist. And, well, at least the shifter is good now. I still have to wire up the neutral safety switch. But we'll get to that before February, I'm sure. What do you think? You got something at home you can help a fella out with? I didn't think so. I trade the Lincoln for, 500 horse big block. If you got one and you want a Lincoln. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, well, I appreciate you guys watching. Go down, hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Tell me how horrible the Monty is, or tell me how much you love it. And probably next week we're gonna get on to Money Pit because, well, she's been sitting in the driveway for a month and I haven't done nothing with her. There's a big puddle of tranny fluid underneath it, so we'll have to figure that out. Well, the old hood has got rust all over it. But either way, that's another day. Appreciate you guys and hope you all have a great weekend.